The town of Hollow Creek was the kind of place you could drive past and never notice. Nestled deep in the Appalachian Mountains, it had once thrived as a coal mining settlement in the early 1900s. But by the 1970s, the mines were closed, the jobs were gone, and most families had left. What remained was a ghost town, clinging to its last 100 residents, surrounded by endless forests and mountains that seemed to swallow the horizon. And yet, Hollow Creek carried a reputation far darker than simple poverty. Local sheriffs told stories of missing hikers. Hunters claimed to hear screams echoing through the woods at night. Children grew up warned never to wander past the old coal shaft at the edge of town. It was a place built on silence, shadow, and secrets. In 1992, Hollow Creek vanished completely. On October 12, 1992, the last entry was written in the Hollow Creek Town logbook, kept by Mayor Thomas Grady. It read, "Strange lights over the ridge again. Complaints of animals missing. Mrs. Calloway swears she saw a man in her barn, but when Sheriff Klein checked, the place was empty. Folks are restless. Some want to leave. I keep telling them this is just mountain nonsense, but I don't know anymore. I don't know what's happening to this place." This was the last official record. 7 days later, a delivery driver passing through Hollow Creek stopped at the diner. He found the door unlocked, coffee still steaming on the counter, but no people. Not a single person in town. The sheriff's cruiser sat by the station, keys still in the ignition. The school bus was parked outside the small elementary school, its doors open, backpacks scattered in the aisle. Hollow Creek had become empty overnight. The state police were dispatched. They combed through every house, every cellar, every mine shaft. They found meals left half-eaten, television still humming, candles still burning down to melted wax. Dogs were left tied to porches, starved. Livestock roamed loose, gaunt and desperate. But there were no bodies. In some homes they found scratches along the walls, deep gouges that no human hand could have made. In one house, a single message had been carved into the plaster above a bed. "It's hollow now." The newspapers had a field day. Some claimed it was a government cover-up. Others blamed toxic gas leaking from the mines. But no official explanation was ever given. By 1993, Hollow Creek was boarded up, fenced off, and erased from maps. But the story didn't end there. In 2001, nearly a decade after Hollow Creek's disappearance, a man was found wandering near a logging camp 40 miles away. His name was Earl Patterson, a former resident of Hollow Creek. When questioned, Patterson insisted he had only been gone for a few days. In reality, he had been missing since 1992. He looked much older, his hair shock white, his face gaunt and weathered. His testimony was disturbing. "It came from the mine, not the mine we worked, but the one we never touched. The hollow, that's what we called it. It was sealed off back in the 30s after men went missing. We thought it was cursed, but in October 92, the ground split. We heard the bell first, then the voices." He claimed that lights rose from the shaft, that people were lured towards it one by one until the whole town was drawn inside. "It doesn't kill you right away," he whispered. "It empties you, makes you hollow. You walk, you talk, but you ain't you no more. And when it's done, there's nothing left but the echo." When asked why he survived, Patterson only shook his head. "I didn't survive. I'm still there. Part of me is still down in that shaft. You can hear it if you go near. It's waiting." Within weeks, Patterson was found dead in his hospital room. His body showed no signs of violence, but the walls around his bed were scratched with the same words found back in Hollow Creek. It's hollow now. In 2017, urban explorers broke into Hollow Creek. Armed with cameras, they documented the remains of the town on YouTube. Their footage showed empty streets, collapsed roofs, trees swallowing what remained of the school and church. But in one video, the camera captured something strange: faint lights flickering near the old coal shaft, and the sound, barely audible, of a bell tolling underground. The video went viral for a week, then was abruptly taken down. The explorers never posted again. Friends later said they stopped returning calls. Some believe they went back. Today, Hollow Creek is nothing more than a rumor, erased from official records, but whispered about in Appalachia. Locals claim the mine was never truly a mine at all, but a hole drilled too deep into something older than the mountains themselves. They say the thing inside doesn't want blood, it doesn't want souls. It wants hollowing. It wants to strip you of everything that makes you human, until you're nothing but an echo, a shadow of yourself. And once you hear the bell, you can't escape. Some hikers still vanish in those hills. Their names appear, carved in trees, rocks, even road signs along the old highway. Always fresh, as if written by invisible hands. No one lives in Hollow Creek anymore. But if you stand on the ridge at night, when the fog rolls in, you might see the glow of lanterns moving through the ruins. And if you listen closely, you'll hear it, the slow toll of a bell that hasn't rung in 100 years. And you'll know the truth. Hollow Creek was never abandoned. It was emptied.